Annual update time. It's been a little while since I did a video, so I was just going to do kind of an annual update on the current state of my CQBR Block II. I'll go over things that I've changed in terms of accessories, the paint, furniture, and more. Let me go ahead and just show that the gun is empty, safe, whatever. I'll go ahead and take off my night vision real quick, and let's go ahead and talk about the rifle that you see right here in front of us. So I made a video, this was probably about 6, 7, maybe 8 months ago, summer 2024. Now we're in the Q1 of 2025. Went over the different things that I had on this rifle. It's changed quite a lot since then. From the previous video, I had an LA5 on the rifle. One thing that I did upgrade to was a WMX 200. I have owned these in the past, and I found a guy here in Virginia that had 3 of them. So I did a trade and I put one of them here on this rifle. One of the things that I love about the WMX is the switchology. So if you just push it in once, momentary, double click it on, push and then hold, it does the strobe effect. And of course it runs with the Insight dual pressure switch right here, which I love. Great pressure switch. And then again, I've got the LA5 on top. Other things that I've got, as you can tell, I've got a SU-231 Alpha. This is, let me turn it around. This is an actual SU-231. And I did have the, gosh, what was it? The EOTech 553, that was not SU marked. And now I've got this device on here, which is great. I think it really fits the look of the rifle as well. I did have an Aimpoint Comp M4S, which I don't have on here now. So this is probably gonna stay on this rifle for a long time. But let's move on to the paint. That's a obvious big thing that I've changed since last summer. This is just a Colt lower that I've got. I've got a bunch of different lowers here at my house. And then this is again my surplus MK18 Mod 1 CQBR Block II upper. Painted these two at different times. So really the paint that I use, I know a lot of guys use Krylon. I do use Krylon. Let me see if I can grab some real quick. But then there's another brand that I really like that you can find online. I think Brownells might carry it. Here's the Krylon. This is the olive drab color. Here is, as you can tell, I use painter's tape to keep it on there. This is made by Hunter's Specialties. This is kind of like a yellowish tan, but I do like it. I used it, I think, on the buttstock some, but really, I just go between these two. I'm a fan of a lighter brown. I think that, let me see if I can grab it here. Krylon makes a dark brown right here. This is fairly dark compared to the mud brown here by Hunter Specialties. So I do like going with a lighter brown when painting these. And then green, is another big one since I'm here on the East Coast in Virginia. Basically the way I paint it is paint the whole rifle tan, front and back, on the top and the bottom. And then I just go through and just do random stripes of brown and green and then let it wear in over time. I'm a big fan of rattle canning. And that's really all I do. I used to do the laundry bag method. I had paint that made it look like it was like pink at some time. It was very odd. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far, and it fits kind of the environment that I'm in sometimes, depending on the time of the year. So let's move on to some other newer things that I've got here on the rifle. Furniture is a big thing. I've got a CTR stock by Magpul on this rifle. I've also got a Tango Down QD vertical grip. The reason I like the QD is I don't always run it with the vertical grip depending on where I'm shooting, but putting it on the rifle is obviously super fast. So if you don't want it, throw it into your case, put it into a pouch. But if you do want it, you simply just put it on, latch it, no tools, nothing like that. Obviously very handy. I do have, B5 Gen 1 stop mod stocks. I've got a car stock around here somewhere. I've got some other furniture. Let's see if I can grab some on camera real quick. I do have a stubby QD mount. Here's a car stock, painted all different types of colors. Even have like a Magpul grip, which I've used in the past. Again, it requires a tool to take on and off, so I'm a big fan of the QD style. I've got different other accessories here in this room of mine. But yeah, I always change up the furniture depending on where I'm shooting or what I've got planned for the day. But really I keep it to pretty simple things, whether it's gonna be the CTR stock or a Gen 1 B5 SOP mod. The car stock is great in terms of look and appeal, but I think, you know, without having really a bigger cheek weld, it's kind of hard to get your face behind the gun sometimes. But again, it's just a personal preference. The night suppressor, still going strong. Have the NT4 here. I've got my other Surefire cans as well, as seen in my first video. Got the Maytech backup sight. I do have a Knights rear. That's not on the gun right now. Here's a Knights front sight that I run with. Still doing the CQD sling mounts. And other than that, not much else new, but still running great. Also, don't forget Carolina Laser Works does great UID labels. And yeah, other things that I have here in the Pelican case, I have my sling, which has the HK style hooks. I do like running those. This is a Blue Force Gear sling I've had for a long time. I think almost 10 years if I'm not mistaken. Running the PMags as well. And then this is a chest rig that I got from LBT, London Bridge Trading. I really like it because it's simple. It's got like the seat belt style straps. Has 4 mags up front. And you've got 2 kind of accessory pouches on the side. In this pouch, I've got my gloves, which I use sometimes, depending on, again, when and where I'm shooting. And then what I had on the case earlier is my night vision setup. So I've got RNVGs. I've got a Surefire light. This kind of adapter mount thing is from Echo Arms. I've got Peltors on the side. And it's just a standard bump helmet from Team Wendy. But big fan of the RNVGs. It's my second night vision unit. I did have a PBS7 when I first got into night vision, but then upgraded to these because I found them at a good price online. I think it was AR15.com Equipment Exchange. They were used, not the best specs, but it fits what I need. I'm not ready to drop a ton of money into, you know, dual tubes, things like that, but I'm sure it'll come down the road. And the other thing I did do to this upper is I rebarreled it. So it's got a Colt 10.3 inch barrel, gas block, gas tube, all of those things. So yeah, just a quick update video on kind of the, you know, current version of this rifle that I'm using in 2025. Sometimes I do change out the can, sometimes I do change out the stock, but other than that, most of the electronics will stay on the gun as is. And yeah, thanks for watching.